Good afternoon and welcome to Seafishing with CJ. We're just on our way down to Newhaven West Quay to join some friends there who are fishing at the moment off the quay. Slightly different. I'm not actually going to be fishing this afternoon, but I'm going to come along and see what I can learn from them. Just on the gyratory at Newhaven at the moment, in amongst the traffic, trying to get through the traffic to get down to that, get down to the quay. More of that later. So this is where Brian and Rod have set up in the corner of the car park, looking out across the bay. Alright, and we're fishing with nice long snood. Is that up and over, is it?
That's going to be a pennel in a minute.
Alright.
Boat on there. But
and Brian's got a cocktail on, bit of squid, bit of...
I had a bit of a knock on it just now, but it never come to anything. At the time, I think while the tide's down, I'll put that out again like that. Fishing in close to the wall. Just about there, I do, mate.
And likewise, we've got a cocktail squid and black lug, pennel hooks. What would you call that? A flapper rig or?
this is a pulley.
Oh, pulley rig. Yeah. But it's not. Are you clipping it? Oh, you are clipping it down into the splashdown, yeah.
So that just go through there.
Yeah.
Okay, just go through the head.
And you're not using bait elastic.
I do sometimes, but it's not like a rough day where.
No.
So I'll give it a go. I'll put some elastic in there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to whack it. There's no point. It's the same depth all the way out there. So
Yeah.
there you go. Quick jump there.
Well, when I first came down here this morning, before I brought my cameras, it was like a mirror out there. There was no wind. It was beautiful.
Sort of got summer to all.
2 seasons in a day. And another pair of polished hooks. So it's a 2-hook paternoster rig.
Just using black, hopefully to get some good flatties out there.
Yeah. Oops, that's me kicking your rod then, by the way, it's not a bite.
Sorry?
Your rod bounced because I touched it.
Well, that might be the only bit of excitement I'll get today.
Don't say that. So, you do fish here often, Brian, or not?
No, I haven't fished this venue for many years, but with the weather forecast, it's good to be able to sit in the car out in the weather.
Yeah, I must admit that is a perfection, isn't it? Is you come and sit in your car, looking at your rods with your flask in your hand. You can't beat that.
Over the years, I've seen some decent fish come in here.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you have. Well, I mean, you get some big bass coming up the river here. Big bass.
Oh yeah, I've seen fat bass. I've seen some nice soles come in here.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, it's just a sandy bottom here, isn't it? All the way out to about here, and then it drops off into the channel, doesn't it?
But it's a great venue for people who like disabled.
Yeah.
They want to bring their car up to it.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and it's £2 to park here, although I notice there's no one in the kiosk to collect the money, so...
No, in the summer months,
Yeah.
charge, but it actually isn't a lot of money.
No.
So it's good, and although you've got sand out there in the bay,
Yeah.
you can get in the corner, you've always got depth of water and
Yeah.
with a big parachute.
Well, I mean, there's black lug beds here, isn't there? Because I've pumped lug on here when you could get down on the sand to pump lug.
That's right, yeah.
It's all right, it's not on film. And then on the other side of the river there, you've got the East Arm, which is very heavy populated with fishermen normally. And there's only a couple on there at the moment.
That's quite a good venue over there.
Yeah.
Bit of a peak to get to though.
Yeah, you've got to come over the railway bridge and walk quite a
That
distance.
would certainly not be a good venue for anyone who's got walking plans in it.
No.
It's quite a long walk. Well,
Yeah, it is.
From the nearest place you can park.
But I mean, you can get some cracking bass there amongst the concrete.
And a mate of mine had a good conger off there.
Oh, right.
He was fishing down the side some years back. Flatties, and it's also a very good mackerel park.
Yeah. And I've had black bream off there actually.
Yeah, it surprised me. I think you can get quite a big bag of fish off. And of course, the arm used to be brilliant. Used to do a lot of live baiting off of it.
Well, the pit will still fish it. I don't know how they get there. They probably climb over the fence.
The barrier, but
Yeah.
you know, they're not supposed to be out there. And I think if too many people do it, it's going to get stopped.
Yeah.
But many a night along there with the waves crashing over the top.
I don't know why they blocked off the steps down on the beach, or maybe it's because the steps aren't dangerous.
You can see with the new concrete, they've had to do a lot of maintenance.
Yeah.
And at one point, they had a lot of heavy plant along.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was a rig in here, when there was a rig parked here for quite a long time.
Yeah.
But I say it used to be quite a good bait digging spot here at one time.
Yeah, I've never dug down there, but I think you could get white rag down there.
Yeah, a white rag, and you get white rag on the other side of that arm as well.
Yeah, which is a blinding bait.
Yeah.
I think probably one of the best baits.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, you go over there, it was like a ploughed field, because everyone had been digging for white rag, and because obviously you got a trench for them almost, haven't you? You've got to dig and dig and dig. There's no cast or anything. You just.
Well, Bod and I were fishing on the Armouret Shore some years ago. There was a fellow there with some nice white rag, and he was. Do you remember that guy floating that white rag up alongside the wall? And he had quite a few takes from the back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of competitions, you're not allowed to fish it, are you? There's a lot of competitions say no white rag, no maddies.
Yeah.
No white rag, no maddies.
Yeah, a lot of comps say that.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess it's because it's quite a selective bait. It's like, you know, the coarse fishing where they won't allow you to fish with hemp because it's not fair on the people that are using traditional baits. But he's obviously caught something because the seagulls are following him in.
Yeah, he's been off the end of the arm cleaning fish.
Yeah.
And he's been out there some time, so I think he's got quite a bit of fish in the box.
Yeah, well, he's hauling, he's dragging something behind him almost as if he can't lift it in.
Oh no, it's stabilisers, isn't it?
Well,
Put them in the water to stabilise.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so this is a bit of a learning curve for me today. I've just gone for the Continental rod with a fixed hook reel. I've been using multipliers since I was 11 and put a trigger on it, so it's all feeling a bit strange.
Yeah.
So you're going to feel me doing the first cast.
Telling lies. When he was 11, multipliers weren't invented.
Yeah, they were adders, not multipliers spelling. That's a nice rod you got there, Brian. What is it? It's a Vicelli. Yeah, surf casting Enigma Indigo. Yeah, nice looking rod.
Yeah,
I did actually have a cast of it earlier on, and it does go.
I'm pleased with it.
Yeah.
You can give it a bit of welly, but at the same time, it's a nice fishing rod. It's got nice.
Oh,
tip.
they're
Yeah.
Another fishing friend of ours
Yeah.
just arrived. Have you bought the food, Mark?
Ooh. Yeah, lovely. I mean, the lovely tip action. I was just going to tweak the line a little bit so you can see how it's just all in a tip, isn't it? Look at that.
Yeah, it's got good bite indication. It's got a bit of power. It comes up to 6 ounce. But to be honest with you, if I need more than 6 ounce, I'm going home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly my point. And in fact, you know, I've got a rod that allegedly will cast 8 ounces. I wouldn't want to be casting 8 ounces.
No, it's not fun. I mean, I did all that years ago on Dungeon and stuff.
I reckon I can cast a 3 or 4 ounce further than I can an 8.
Yes, because you can get a bit more power into the cast. When you're lifted heavy, it's sick.
And I like these little...
they're great. You can set them up anywhere. They stop your rod chafing around. And, you know, it's like on a windy day.
That's a good idea.
Brilliant.
I like that. And this is your other setup here.
This is one of the old Century rods.
Oh right, okay. It's a nice looking, it's a lovely looking blank.
Yeah, it's this one I had made
really
up.
Strong, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Really.
I got the old the rocket when they pulled out a special edition, all in stainless. And it's nice rod. You used to use it, nice wheel rod. I used to use it a lot out on the boat.
Yeah. I must admit, I do have a few multipliers sitting around in my garage. If you think about the money that you spent on gear over time.
Oh yeah, not like that.
Yeah.
I'm up all night and you keep pretending that you'll keep fighting. Save the world when it falls. I'm up all night and you just keep talking. Are you even the slightest worried that I'll move on and walk by here? You always try to find a way out, buying yourself time. I'll make it easier for you and say goodbye. You can be honest. I don't appreciate your lies. It's about damn time you get it right. 'Cause I'm up all night and you keep pretending that you'll keep fighting. Save the world when it falls. I'm up all night and you just keep talking. Are you even the slightest worried that I'll move on and walk right here? Well, I'm out here. 'Cause I'm up all night and you keep pretending that you'll keep fighting. Save the world when it falls. I'm up all night and you just keep talking. Are you even the slightest worried that I'll move on and walk right out of here?
That's not even touched, is it? Oh, definitely a knock on this rod.
Trying to make up your mind like you need time. You've already spent most of mine. Even when your words fail, you try to keep it light. You realize I'm done right. But you can be honest. I don't appreciate your lies. It's about damn time you get it right. I'm up all night and you keep pretending that you'll keep fighting. Save the world when it falls. I'm up all night and you just keep talking. Are you even the slightest?
You did get a couple of rattles on this one just now as well. You got a rolling lead on that one, or yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something rattling there. It's not just the wind, is it?
You can be honest. I don't appreciate your lies. It's about damn time you get it right. 'Cause I'm up all night and you keep pretending that you'll keep fighting. Save the world when it falls.
Anything tugging on it? No, face untouched.
Are you even the slightest worried that I'll move on and walk
So the skunk is out of the boat. Oh, well done, Brian.
I'm a little bit disappointed.
No, well, a fish is a fish. I can go home now. Well, that'll probably explain why all the Rob Bates and all the little knocks and bangs and going on.
There you go. At least I haven't blanked.
Yeah, it's only got one leg, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or its leg's tucked up underneath it, so it's obviously injured.
You realize I'm done right. You can be honest. I don't appreciate
Oh, bit of salad to go with the fish. Bit of salad to go with his fish.
keep fighting. Save the world when it falls. I'm up all night and you just keep talking. Are you even the slightest worried that I'll move on and walk right here? You always try to find a way out, buying yourself time. I'll make it easier for you and say goodbye. You can be honest. I don't appreciate your lies. It's about damn time you get it right.
But I mean, in fact, it's making
'Cause I'm up all night and you keep pretending that you'll keep fighting. Save the world when it falls. I'm up all night and you just keep talking. Are you even the slightest worried that I'll move on?
Well, it might give some idea of a venue for people who are disabled.
Yeah.
Because it's ideal for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great spot because, as you say, it's an ideal spot if for a disabled fisherman or fisherwoman or fisher person. Yeah, they can get down here and you can actually fish from your car. Mind you, that rig was here, so you don't know, they haven't dropped something down here. So it's just the point, if you do get snagged, it's once you're sure that you're snagged, don't try using the bend in the rod to take it out, because you'll end up breaking your rod. It's about using the stretching the line, pulling it out backwards. Snapped off, have you? You can see the weather is turning a little bit for the worse now. There's definitely a bit of rain coming down, the wind is picking up, and it's quite cold, I say. So I'm going to leave Rod and Brian fishing down at the end there. Possibly as soon as I've gone they'll start catching fish. I'm sure I'll get a phone call from Brian if that's the case. But I think you'll agree this is actually quite a good spot that you can come and fish from your car, stay in the warm watching your rod tips, and if you are mobility challenged, would be a good place to come. So it's a country you've been before, so it's a bit of a history behind you. Yeah, good place to come. I was going to go fishing off Seaford Beach tonight, but to be quite honest with you, the way this weather's going, it's not destined to improve, it's going to get worse. So I think I might give that a miss and come down and give that a go on Sunday. I've left Brian and Rod fishing at the end there. The weather's actually coming in now. It's a little bit wet and the wind has picked up and it is absolutely bitterly cold. So I'm going to go home and have a cup of tea and hopefully they'll catch some fish now I've gone. But yeah, it was a really good spot. If you are have a bit of a mobility challenge, that would be a great place to go. You could actually park your car right there, be fishing right next to your car, sit in your car with your rods. And this time of the year it's free to park there. In the summer, I think it's £2 for the day, so it's still not expensive. So we're going to head our way back out of Newhaven and go and have a cup of tea.